Hello guys, welcome to this video. First of all, this is just a random video, like just a casual video. But yeah, I will be discussing some important points. So if you have time, you can watch this. And I'm sorry that I have not done a video like this on YouTube for a long time because I have been very busy with my college stuff and other stuff. So and just thought of doing a video now. Right now, it's around 1 a.m. in the night, and I'm not I'm not doing well physically and maybe even mentally. So just thought of recording this video, and again, this is nothing like yeah. Anyway, and okay, so if there are a few things I'd like to discuss in general, nothing serious, of course, very important things, but it's nothing like you may skip this video if you wish. That's all. And I'm just like improvising, so I don't know how long this video will be, how long I'll talk. So yeah, and yeah, some of you have been asking like how am I doing, how is everything going, because uh, although I have been quite active on LinkedIn, I have not been that active on YouTube, and I there are a lot of emails also I couldn't reply so yeah, if you I'm doing well. I'm not doing very well, but I'm doing well. And um, for so see, I apologize for this inactivity, for this slight inactivity. Okay, so yeah, all right. So first of all, the thing that I recently created a poll on this YouTube community, on my channel community page. So what do you think is the most, currently, what do you think is the most dangerous threat to humankind? Is it AI or artificial intelligence or climate change or pandemics or nuclear war? So uh, I don't remember the results of the YouTube poll because it, and by the way, that's not very accurate because the YouTube poll received very few votes, 5 to 6 votes. But there's a comment, like Matt he's a friend of mine, so he added a comment to that post. You can check out in the community post of my YouTube channel, of this very channel, and that's very logical. So and I did the same poll in LinkedIn, and for those of you who don't know, the majority of the people voted for climate change as being the major threat right now over artificial intelligence. And it's obvious, right? Because artificial intelligence can get dangerous. It poses a potential threat, but climate change, it's already destroying the world. It's not a potential threat. It's already a threat. It's destroying the world. It's doing, we all know what's happening, like this global warming, climate change, and all this stuff. And I don't want to bore you by speaking about all that. But yeah, and but the point is that I think this AI it poses a significant challenge, a significant threat. And the thing is that let me give you an example. So for those of you who know about JYP, it's the Journal of Young Physicists, it's a physics blogging site which I founded in 2020. And yeah, so it's a you know what, it's just young students, or anyone rather, but we prefer young students. Yeah, so young students, they can submit physics articles. They can be research articles, review articles, or just blogs for review, and we review the articles. We go from a plagiarism check, we review it, and then we publish it if we find it's worth publishing. And so yeah, so till date we have published nearly 60 physics articles, and we have a member team of over 25-30 members, nearly 25-30 members, active members, 25-30. If I count the inactive members, it will be over 60-70, but yeah, that's not the point. So so uh, uh, the thing is that recently we're getting some articles, we're getting a lot of articles. So yeah, when I started the JYP, I remember in the initial days, there were I'm just sharing this with you. This is nothing don't take it otherwise, but I'm just sharing this with you. So in the initial days of the JYP, of course I founded it in 2020, and at that time I was a mere class 11 student. I was not a, even today I'm no one. I'm just a physics undergraduate. So many people criticized my decision of founding the JYP, like what authority do I have, what degree do I have in physics, and so on and so forth. But I don't think you need to hold a PhD, or you need to be in a authoritative position to find a non-profit organization for with the aim of fostering the growth of young physicists and providing creating a platform for them to publish their articles. I don't think you need to be experienced for that. Like, of course, like, yeah, but yeah, I received a lot of criticism, and I for like numerous times I thought of uh, shutting down the JYP, and at that time there were hardly one or two members, and even they were not regular contributors, and like we were publishing like for 2 years. In 2 years we published around 30 articles, and almost 8 to 9 of them are written by me, so that brings the total number of articles contributed to the journal other than from myself to around near 20 for 2 years, which is a very bad. The statistics is pretty bad, as you can understand. But and yeah, it's but see it right now, like we have over 920 followers on LinkedIn, and we have as I already said, we have a team of over 30 active members, and we have published over 60 articles, and we have been receiving a lot of submissions recently, and recently the JYP is doing great. And uh, so so yeah, thank you for the support. It's not my credit, it's not because of my credit, it's because of your support. And so yeah, so from here, like we can say, like I can just tell you that you should always follow your passion. That's what I think, at least. I mean, of course it's important to, like, you cannot just follow your passion, that because it's important to like uh, be tactful, and like, yeah, in today's world, like there are a lot of things you need to worry about. There are a lot of, you know, think of the consequences and everything. So the JYP was a sudden idea. It was not a very pre-planned or not a well planned, well executed idea, but I just thought of opening it, and I opened it, and after 3 years now, today we have reached a certain status, and that's all. Although that's nothing too great, I'm not boasting or anything, but yeah, I think you should if you think what you're doing is right, I think you should do it, at least. uh, and if you can explain to yourself, if you can logically explain to yourself why that this is right, then I think you should do it, even if the world is against you, even if everyone is opposing you. Now the thing is that the thing I want to talk about in today's video, it's already 7 minutes long, my god. Okay, so yeah, so recently we have been receiving some articles. In the last week we received around 7 to 8 articles, a bit more actually, nearly 9 to 11 or something like that. So some of them were I even gave a WhatsApp status about the upcoming JYP articles, so those of you who have my contact and those of you who have seen, they will know. So some of the articles were pretty good, like high standard articles, some like almost research articles, or like serious professional like review articles, like quantum gravity and on medical physics and stuff like that. But and you can check out our published articles also on our website, Journal of Young Physicists.org. That's there are really a very, like, some very good articles that were published in the JYP. You can just check them out. But we're receiving some articles which we have to reject, like which we had to reject, because those articles are like, if you read them, I think it will be pretty clear to you, like it will be obvious to you that they were written using tools like ChatGPT. Now, so where's the problem? The thing I want to talk about is this. So the question is it really ethical that to, like, of course the ideas are actually, even the ideas are not your own, because that those were review articles, and so they're not original research articles. And so, but you just suppose you want to write an article on a topic which is already known to everyone. Let's say you want to write an article on like anything, like suppose on okay, so you want to write an article on the power series method of solving differential equations, like that's what we're doing in college right now. and like the Frobenius method, legendary equation, and everything. So this is our topic. Now the thing is that this is nothing new. It's not your own original idea. Everyone knows this. This is you can learn this from internet, from the YouTube, or from the websites of different universities. You can learn this from books on mathematical physics. There are a lot of textbooks on this, so it's nothing new. So, but yeah, you have the right to explain the topic in your own style. You have the right to write an article about it. Of course, like it's not like this thing is already known, so that you cannot write an article on this. There is not no law like this. The review articles are a good example. Like obviously there is no law like that. But if you're using Chat GPT, that means you're just actually this the power series method. This is not a good example because I'm talking about a review article. Like maybe you want to write an article on the philosophical interpretations of quantum mechanics, like the many worlds interpretation or the Copenhagen interpretation, superdeterminism, transactional interpretation, all these things. It's more of a like a article for the general audience. And more of a review article, like not review article in the sense it's not like a too much involved mathematically involved article, like because Frobenius method and power series, these are not for the general public. They are for the physics undergraduates. So anyway, that's not the point. The thing what I want to say is that, so if you are writing such an article, if you open ChatGPT and you just give the inputs, the main points you want to cover in the article, and the ChatGPT will write an original plagiarism-free article in a good language, in a good style for you, and you can even regenerate it for tens of times, like for many times you can regenerate it. If you don't like this particular article, you can make ChatGPT write a same article, like on the same topic but in a different way, and you can access the previous outcomes as well. So so like this you can generate really good articles, like what previously what was done by a select few people, like those who had good communication skills, good writing skills, good grasp on the language. Like they wrote the articles, and but now anyone can do it on ChatGPT, and there is no way to know, like there will be no plagiarism, nothing. So the thing is that, is this ethical? See, uh, uh, one thing I'd like to say is that like should I be saying this? But all right, let's see. So now see, Chat GPT, of course there are pros and cons, there are ups and downs, but and I'm really not sure what the future is going to be because of this unemployment due to AI, and like the rate at which AI is growing. Like yeah, I know that it's like for the many decades we have been saying that AI will overpower us, and I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon, and I don't think that's really a threat. Uh, but it's also true that like recently the rise in AI, like these we don't yet have good neural network models, but just these language models, chat gpt and these kind of things, they have improved a lot, and they can do a lot right now. So uh, I don't think the future is the prospect I don't know if the future is exciting. I think there will be some related to unemployment, and like of course we can't predict the future, but yeah. So the thing is, I'm really not feeling well right now, but please, like I can't like talk in a flow, so I for which I apologize. I have been planning to do a video for like this kind of video for a long time, and since I've already spoken for 13 minutes, almost 14 minutes, so let me finish this video, even if I I cannot speak in a flow, like. So yeah, yeah. So that's what I was talking about. Anything is that, so see, like it's an open secret, like these famous DJs or the music producers and DJs, like Alan Walker, right? I'm not like disrespecting him, and I really don't know what's the truth about this, but yeah, it on many websites it seems that like Alan Walker and DJs at his level, they use host producers because they're so busy with their concerts and shows, so they use host producers to produce the music for the song, and these host producers get a a good amount of money, but they don't get the credit. They don't, like, the music is released under the name of the artist, but the ghost producer is actually producing it. Then there are ghost writers, of course, like they offer writing services. They will write something which you can say that this I have written it, which you can publish under your name, but you're paying some money to the ghostwriter, and he or she will be writing it for you. So the thing is that, is this ethical? And so so, so the chat gpt is almost this, and the chat gpt is even more dangerous because it's free. I mean, there is a paid version, but the basic version of chat gpt is free, absolutely free, and it can offer you these services. So this is so even if you think ghost writing or ghost producing is ethical, then it's a bad news for the ghost producers and ghost writers. And if you think this is not ethical, then this is more not ethical. This yeah, because it's just for free, you're just using a tool to write articles. Like, see, like I recently announced that I'll be writing a book, The Crimes of God, and I have like, of course, I'm not getting much time to devote to this book with my. But the thing is that a lot of people have been asking me, "Are you using ChatGPT to write the book?" Like, it is like become the new normal. Like, it's nothing. It's not a. It has become the new normal. Like, and so yeah, I thought maybe I would use ChatGPT to, means I will write the book on my own, and then I will use ChatGPT to rephrase the sentences, make it more readable, improve the flow and the wording. But but thing is that I don't think I like like, to be honest, I don't think it's worth spending so much time writing an original article or an original book or whatever in today's world, when someone else can do it in a few seconds using ChatGPT without, like, getting plagiarized. So yeah, in the JYP we received some articles, which the use of the language, like, there must be a slight difference. Of course, it's ChatGPT is very good at this, but there will be a slight difference. The use of the language, like, suppose if you're using too many technical terms, or the language is too good to be written by a, say, 15 or 16-year-old student. So we suspect that some of the submissions we are receiving have been some of the articles we have been receiving at the Journal of Young Physicists, they have been written using the chat gpt or something similar. Like, there are a lot of AI text generators, even AI image generators, and everything. So it's nothing. So yeah, so I'll talk with my team about this. Like, is this really ethical, and what can be done about this? Like, because we may reach, I suppose, we have no way of identifying, like, we have no way of knowing whether this was really written by ChatGPT or whether it was written by the person himself. So it's not right to just reject the articles on the suspicion that they might have been written by ChatGPT, and so that's not right. So we need to think something about this, and I think this ChatGPT and this kind of thing, they will be have a lot of impact, and mostly negative impact on the writing industry, and this, like, not just the writing industry, but I mean these the journals, and I mean education even, and yeah, now, like in nanotechnology there are already nanobots which can you can just swallow a pill, swallow a nanobot, and it will enter your body, and it will make an operation. Suppose you have a stone in the gallbladder, so it will just destroy that stone, and it will be passed out. So there is no need of surgery, no need of. So AI will more or less affect every field, but yeah, it depends on how soon. And I recently read an article. The only field which will probably not be affected by AI is probably religion, because, and in India, in my country, India, and in some other countries also, like there are a few people, like, who are very devout followers of a particular religion, and these people, they, of course, this is nonsense. Like, like, but yeah, I don't want to say anything rude, because I don't want to hurt their feelings. But so yeah, this religion, probably I will not be able to do anything about it. But even then, like, that's like probably the case, but we cannot be sure. So yeah, so that's the point, and it's like uh, so yeah, by the way, if you have any suggestions about this JYP issue, like or any opinion, like, should this be ethical, like, you're using chat gpt to write an article, and I think is that ethics is a very, like, when you're saying should this be ethical, if you some people will say no, this is not ethical. But the thing is that if everyone around me is doing this, if if everyone around me is doing this, then to survive in this world I have to do this. Like it's no business like being extra nice when the people around you, they're all dark. Like it's a like to stay afloat, to to survive in this world, you have to be a little cruel at times, you have to be a little dishonest at times, and that kind of thing. So it's not just, ethics is not like some hard and fast rule, like it's this is my ethics, I will always follow this strictly. It's not like that. Ethics depends on what the other people are doing on the situation, the scenario, and many more. So yeah, I'd like to know your opinion. What is your point on view on this? Like, is this ethical to use the AI to write these articles? And if yes, why? If not, why? And uh, is there any way like to uh, like any features we can add to the JYP, or not just the JYP, any such journals? There are a lot of such blogging sites which accept submissions from different students, like different people. So how to resolve this issue and this kind of thing. So uh, that is something I wanted to discuss. And if you are seeing this video and if you happen to be one of the those authors who submitted a chat GPT article, so yeah, if you like uh, you can just let us know your opinion. I'm not saying like you've done a very bad thing, and yeah, we might reject your article, but I'm not saying you've done a bad thing. I'm not reprimanding you or something like that. But yeah, so you can, if you are okay with it, you can come forward and you can like let us know your opinion. And yeah, so we're open to hearing what you have got to say. So see, basically probably the most uh, difficult dilemma a responsible citizen, responsible world citizen, I'm not talking about any particular country. So the most dangerous, no, dangerous is not what I say. Like the most the most difficult dilemma, the most difficult choice that a responsible citizen has to do is probably the choice of just living his or her life and enjoying his or her life, and struggling to change the world. Like between these two options, for those of you who have listened, who have heard listened to that song "The World Versus Me" by me on the Urban Amplified channel. So uh, the world versus me. So in that song I address this issue basically. So thing is that we like we have one life and we have a finite amount of time in the world, and we want to, of course we have every right to be happy during this finite time and to just enjoy our lives. Like we cannot, I mean, like it's not practically possible, all of us, we cannot just devote our lives for the greater good. Like, so I'll be gone after a few years, after a few decades. So why should I struggle to change the world? I will just enjoy my, I know the world is full of negatives, the world is not a, like, I know all that, but I will just find the best from this negative world, and I will just enjoy my life, spend my finite time happily, and I will die. That's what most people want to do. But then if he or she is a responsible citizen, he will also have this dilemma, he will also have this uneasy feeling that there are so many things which are not right, like poverty, inequality, lack of education, lack of awareness. So there are so many things that are not right in today's world. So they will also think that it's our responsibility. We should at least try to change the situation. We should at least try to make the world a better place to live in. Right. So that's the dilemma. Some people, they devote their entire lives to this. They strive to make the world a better place, and I have a lot of respect for those people. But my point is, what do they get doing all this? Maybe they'll get satisfaction, but and after they die, maybe they will be remembered, they will be honored. But it's like they're not really enjoying their life. They're not really living their life. If they're always like can't life can't be about solving problems. That's a part of life. But if your entire life, devote your entire life to solving problems, that's a noble thing. That's a very great thing. But I don't think that's like all of us will be able to do that. And so basically there are two another speaking of dilemmas, there is one more thing which I'd like to say, that like right now there are two major problems in the world, like a lot of problems, but like two major categories of problems, rather I should say. One is that the problems which can be solved by science. I mean, what I mean is that For instance, energy energy resources. So this we're developing alternatives like solar power, tidal power, wind power. So this it's a scientific problem. We have to develop new sources of energy, clean sources of energy, and we have to like minimize the use of fossil fuels. And so that can be solved by doing science and technology. So that's one kind of problem. Like for instance, medicine for cancer. That's also medicine is also science, and I'm not just talking about this engineering and stuff. So medicine for a particular disease or treatment for a particular disease, these kind of things, so they all fall under this category of problems. They can be solved by doing science. But there's one more category of problem, which is that the problem of the divide, I mean the inequality. Like, so suppose we discover some new medicine for cancer, but it's so costly that most people cannot afford it in third world countries. So so is it really a good thing for humankind? Like if I just, so it's just increasing the increasing the disparity between the rich and the poor. The rich are getting more and more opportunities, they're getting more and more benefits, and the poor are at a very great disadvantage. They're like they're they're being left behind. So so this is the thing, like society, ethics, and like economics. And I mean, this is why I think like the arts, or I mean these kind of subjects, they're also very important. It's not just science, because after all, we this world is made up of us humans. And as long as there is no as long as there is no equality, and as long as like there are some people who are like uh, traveling the world in private jets, and there are some people who don't have enough food to eat. I know the utopian vision, when the world in which there is no rich and poor, everyone is equal. That's not possible, and that's really not possible, and that will have some other drawbacks as well. But still, I think we should try to address the issue of poverty and education. And only developing new technologies for better health, better education, and it's not enough. It's really not enough. We need to implement this, and we need to make sure that this is good for the entire humankind, not just for a few rich people, right? So yeah, this is also I would like to know, like what which do you think is more important, developing new science, new technologies to solve the problems, or I mean both are important, but which is more important, that or making sure that the distribution of power, the distribution of energy, and everything, like they're equal among all people, like addressing the issue of poverty and stuff like that. And like mental health, depression, there's a lot of issues to talk about. I don't want to make this video any longer. So you can just let me know if you have time, if you have watched this. I doubt very few people will watch till this end. It's already 28 minutes. So I don't blame you for that. So I'm more like recording this video for myself rather than for you. But yeah, I'll upload it to YouTube. So if you want, you can listen to it. But yeah, so anyway, so I'd like to know your comments. And yeah, so what do you think, which is the greatest threat to humankind currently, AI or climate change or pandemics or nuclear wars or something else? So so that's all I wanted to say. And like there are a couple of things, like there are a lot of things for which I want to apologize. Like there has been no Sunday speculations episodes for a long time. And yeah, I recently announced that this Sunday speculations will not be possible for me to do every Sunday. But uh, I will try to do it at least once a month, or once in every 2 months. And that's all I wanted to say. And if things get better for me, I like I'm not complaining or anything. I'm used to much worse than this. But yeah, if possible, I'll do more regular YouTube videos, and I'll do more regular. But you can check my community posts. I almost post on YouTube community regularly, and mostly I post important stuff there. So you can keep an eye on the community tab of this channel, community posts of this channel. And if you are new, if you like, please subscribe. And well, I really need to go to sleep now. I have to go to college tomorrow, and yeah. So that's all I wanted to say. If I'm missing something, I'll maybe add it in the comments or so. So thank you very much.